Hi there, it's Brandy from Scrapstorian, just popping on with a quick video to do a walkthrough of my traveler's notebook that I created for to document a trip. I walked the Hadrian's Wall path, which is 97 miles, I think that's 135 kilometers, back in 2008 when I was a little younger, and I journaled a lot while I was walking it, as well as kept all of my, well, at the time I thought I was just being a pack rat, but ephemera, as we call it today, so my receipts and everything. And I have never scrapbooked it. And so I don't have many photos. It rained a lot of the time, and it was not the most pleasant of walks. I was quite sick at the time. I had infected spider bites, as well as some Achilles heel problems. So I don't have too many photos. I think I have maybe 20, but lots of journaling. And I thought it's about time. I'm over it. I'm ready to document it. 10 years later, I'm ready to talk about it. And so I just wanted to walk you through what I created. And so essentially I created myself a bit of a kit that was all started with the Escape the Ordinary by Pink Fresh Studios. And then I just augmented that with washi that I had from the Here and There crate paper collection, different thickers that I had, some Evalicious wood veneers and puffy stickers. Kind of just really sat down and figured out all the things that I had that would match the Escape the Ordinary collection as my base, and brought it all together. The one thing that I think I used the most beyond the Pink Fresh was Felicity Jane has this really great kind of graph-like black and white washi tape. So you'll see that throughout. I actually finished the washi tape roll, so I'm really quite sad about that, but also really satisfied. You know what I mean. So here is my Traveler's Notebook cover. So I'll just quickly show you. I selected a charm, which is this bee here that I actually got as a gift from another Scrapstorian, Cheryl, here on our team. So it's super cute, and my nickname is Bee. Most people call me Bee, not Brandy. So, and apologies for the stays on my hands. If fellow crafters, you'll understand. That's not coming off for a few days. So it's just actually a fairly cheap Traveler's Notebook cover because I wanted it to get a little bit beat up and it looked like it had traveled with me. And so just a black one, and I just picked it up at Michael's, and I think they're $15 and come with 2 inserts and a pocket, which I've removed because I'm doing it a different way. So this is essentially what it looks like. So there's 2 books in here, and I've just covered it with a Simple Stories, their recent collection. I want to say, it's not Urban Traveler, sorry, but it is Simple Stories for sure. And then these American Craft stickers, and I just Great Vacation. And you can see I've just matched the two pattern papers. So that's what I covered them with. And then I'll just flip through it for you. So the sticker is actually off the journal, which was just like a little, kind of like a do-a-tang or scribbler that I had at the time, which was pretty beat up. So I pulled whatever I could off of that. So you can see this is Hadrian's Wall Path, England in 2008. And this is a lot of the Escape the Ordinary Pink Fresh. And this is that Felicity Jane washi tape I was talking about. It's just beyond fabulous. So needless to say, I'll be on Felicity Jane later today, try and order more. So, okay. I did this one is actually I'm probably saying it wrong, but Weiwei, she is a Traveler's Notebook creator, and she has an Instagram account, and she does challenges. So this was one of her sketches, and I think it's super cute. It's also the cleanest page that you're going to see. You'll soon see my style in here. So, and this is where I began. So this is all the ephemera that I had actually kept from back in 2008. So some of the receipts you can't read anymore. The ink has faded that much, but anywhere that they could still be read, like my actual train tickets, I kept those. So, and I also used these wood veneers for every day of the week from Colorcast. So that's pretty cool. So I actually got those as part of a Wild Hair kits that I got that included these. So they have every day of the week in the wooden veneers. And these little stickers here, you'll see those throughout, again, were part of the kit, and those are freckled fawn, and they're just adventure sayings and quotes on like a clear sticker in various shapes. So my goal here was to make it look quite travel related. So I used a lot of stamps, Felicity Jane stamps, as well as Pink Fresh Studio stamps, Cocoa Daisy stamps, and some Chamel stamps. So you'll see those throughout, and I just had those really handy to me, and I was trying to make a point to use them quite a bit. Little pockets, and I documented by day. Can't believe some of the stuff I kept. So, and throughout you'll see these little tags here. I was, I guess, dating my now husband, but at the time was my very new boyfriend, via text. We had just met about 3 weeks before I left to travel the world for 6 months on my own. And so we were basically dating by text. And so I didn't remember doing this, but I actually in some cases wrote down verbatim text for text when they were like super sweet, or he was saying something like really nice or romantic. And so some of them are like super sweet and kind of ooshy gooshy. So I just wrote them on these little graph pieces of paper, which are, and then cut them into tags. And so I just have them tucked throughout so that it's more about my trip, but I can still read back on these. And, you know, when my family reads these, they're not going to, you know, make kissy pukey sounds from all the romance. So that's what all those are, tucked throughout. So this is the Monday, and again I just marked the start of each new day with these wood veneers. Oh, sorry about that. I had the worst blister ever. You can kind of see it right there. Anyway, we won't go there. I was having a real hard time with my feet and my fever. I was walking with like 102 fever. It was a tough walk. It should be done in like 6-7 days, and I did it in 4 because of my timeline to get to another country when I had a flight. So I packed it in. I still enjoyed it, but it's definitely one, if anyone's ever interested in the history of Hadrian's Wall, go and take 7 days so you can see all of the various forts. This is my favorite picture. This is actually, I don't know if you recognize it, it's probably hard to see. This is the tree from the famous scene in the Robin Hood movie with Kevin Costner, where the boy is hiding in the tree because I think he killed some of the sheriff's deer, if I remember the storyline. But anyway, that's the exact spot, and it is as cool as it looked in the movie. So yeah, I journaled there for a while. Just carrying on here. And I'm not a big stamper. I want to be when I grow up. But I really made a point to stamp, and I stamp more than I ever have before. I've always done my date stamps, but I've never really created anything with stamps. And so I was really trying in this, even though what I did to kind of make it safe for myself was stamp often on, not directly on the page. I was a little bit worried about that. But in fact, just on like more graph paper, and then cut it out, and it kind of got that really travel-y look. Got a little creative on this day, as you can see. Very excited. And these little mountains and clouds and stuff are from a Pink Fresh Studio stamp set, and they're just too cute. Okay, so that's the end of the first book, and then I go into the second book. And so just a continuation of that same title page. It's Bonus on Solway to Newcastle, sorry, to Bonus on Solway is the order, and 135 kilometers, there you go. And this is another bumper sticker that was on my journal. And the Contours Walking is the company that helped me book all my accommodations, which was super nice. I see I've got a little out of control tag here. And this is like the order of the towns that you walk through. Lots of cool stuff. Oh, and I did use some of these Tim Holtz, no, sorry, that's 7 Gypsies. They're little itinerary word tags. I think they're called travel word phrases. So in some more freckled fawn, they're clear arrows. It's a whole gamut, like a whole interesting set. They're very fun. And I've got some tags, and I don't remember who they're from, so I apologize. And you can see here, this is where I was stamping on graph paper and using it to kind of dip my toe into the stamping thing. Sometimes I was brave enough to stamp right on top, but other times I was not. These here are, you can see the words here, those are rub-ons by Tim Holtz. So a lot of this was just really quite old stash, to be totally honest. You can see I'm into Friday. Here's another little love note between me and Lance, the husband now, but at the time, just my fresh boyfriend, who I think we had been dating 3 weeks when I actually left for 6 months. So yeah, and then there's some ephemera. And interesting, this is the end of the walk itself, but I do have quite a bit of this traveler's notebook left. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, what do I do to, I want this to be just all about Hadrian's Wall. Oh, I must have lost a tag. But what do I do with those last pages? Because I've already written down everything that I have and all the pictures. So it's kind of considering printing off the actual trail description. I did have a book that had all of my notes in it as well, like the actual guidebook with the temperature on the day, where it was muddy, where it went off, like the trail went off a little bit, what I ate at each place. But I lent that guidebook to someone, and I'm unable to get it back. So I was trying to think of a way, like, how could I fill these? And I think I might print out the guide, the actual descriptions of the trail, and then I've got that information in it. If anywhere I remember anything, then I can add that. But yeah, so we'll see. So anyway, that is my Traveler's Notebook of Hadrian's Wall Path from 2008. And that's my second foray into creating Traveler's Notebook, and I am hooked. Thanks for watching.